Okay, so now that we have the cross, we're going to move on to F2L. So the first step to F2L is to get an F2L that looks like this or can look like this. What we're really looking for is two pieces that belong next to each other, but we don't really care about the orientation quite yet. Obviously, if we do have something like this, that's even better, but it's not necessary for our first step. So let's go back to this cube. The first step is to find an edge piece and a corner piece that belong next to each other. Now, again, it doesn't matter which way they're flipped, so we're just going to put them together with this algorithm. This is when we have one at the corner right here and one in the back right here. So what we're going to do is we want to move the corner to the back and move this edge to the left side or the right side if you're doing the mirror of this algorithm. So you move the corner out of the way, and then you move the edge back in. Now, obviously, if you have an F2L right here, don't do it like that. What I would recommend doing is find when you see these two F2L pieces that belong next to each other, find the F2L slot that they're going to go into, and then use that. So we have the F2L slot right here, the corner right here, and the edge right here. We're going to do this algorithm. Move the corner out of the way, move the edge next to where the corner was, and then move the corner back over there. And now we have an edge piece, or not an edge piece, an F2L. So next is what happens in the most common area when you have a corner or an edge piece that's already in an F2L slot. Well, all we have to do is find an edge piece that's on here. If we have a corner piece right here, and find an edge piece that's over here that would go next to this corner, and simply move them up. But we don't have that yet. So what are we gonna do? We have a blue and orange right here that goes right here. So we're just gonna simply kick this one out. Now you might be thinking, oh, but JS, this corner is already in the right spot. Why do we need to kick it out? Well, it is in the right spot, but there's not a correct edge piece right here, so we don't care about it. So we're gonna move it over here, and then we're going to simply put the corner next to the edge and let that happen to it. Same thing when there's an edge in the right spot and a corner in the wrong spot. All we have to do is do this. And make sure you turn the edge piece back. And then you won't always have it looking like this. It might look like the other ones that we did, but the two pieces that belong next to each other will be next to each other. Okay, so now there are 5 possible combinations that you can have your F2L pieces in. The first one is the correct place, which is very obvious how we do it. All we have to do is insert it in like this. But then there's also this piece where there's a bar right here. So what you want to do is you want to put let's say that you have green like we do, that belongs right here. Well, we can't put it in like that because that'll cause a problem. So what we do is we do this algorithm. We put the bar at the front, but make sure you don't do it right here because then the F2L will form right here. We want it to form right here. So you do this algorithm. And now that F2L has been solved. So our second, or I guess our third case is this case where we have an orange right here and an orange right here, or any color really, that goes one right here, one right here, one right here, one right here, and then white's on the top. What we do is this algorithm, make sure that the F2L slot that it belongs in is right here. And then on to the next case, which is the fourth one, is kind of that, but with the corner twisted. So how do we do that? Well, this one's a little complicated because it's kind of 2 algorithms, or I think of it as 2 algorithms. Basically, we want to actually break them up, and then we want this corner to be where in the right spot, but not oriented correctly. So then this piece right here is now over here. So what we got to do is move it back this way and do this algorithm. And now that F2L is solved. So there is one more piece, one more F2L that can be like this. It's where there's a bar, but it's, instead of being right here, it's now on top. The way we solve this, and now you know the basics of F2L. Now there are a few oddball cases like this one where you have the corner that's already in the right spot, but the edge is flipped wrong. If we remember from my tutorial in the beginner's method, the way you fix this is by doing this, breaking them up like that, and then putting this one right here so that it's like on the back of where the F2L belongs, and then you're gonna pull it back, do a double move, put this back in, and then you have this F2L ready to go in, just like that. And then, oh, it's already on this cube. And then the last case is when there's a corner twist. What you gotta do is, depending on which way the corner is twisted, you want to do this algorithm. But make sure that you do it where you're turning the side where the white side is faced. And if the edge is facing you, this is the algorithm that you do.